Hello, Integrated Math 1, and welcome to our Unit 5.1 review. We've got our study guide today. This is what we're going to be going over. It shouldn't take too long. It's pretty short. But before you get started, you are going to, of course, want your study guide. You definitely want to have that with you. You're also going to want a straight edge of some kind. That's definitely going to make things easier, actually necessary. And of course, you're also going to want your compass as well. So having your tools ready along with, of course, a pencil, it's going to make things so much easier because you do have to use a compass and a straight edge in order to do these problems. These are constructions. So we just have a couple of problems that we're going to go over. Not a big deal. We're going to kick it off with number 1, where we're asked to construct a line that is perpendicular to DE and passes through point F. Now, this one's a little tricky because it looks like they gave us endpoints. But we don't want to use those endpoints because we need it to go through point F. So I'm going to use my compass here. And I'm going to swipe an arc such that it hits this line twice. If you want, you could even use your straight edge to make DE a little longer if you wanted to. That would be okay. I'm not going to do that, but you certainly could. So I'm going to use my compass here. And I do want to keep it small enough such that it's going to hit both sides. You can even, sorry for the focus. There we go. You could even turn your paper if you wanted to make it a little easier to use your compass. I do that all the time. So I just want to make sure that when I swipe, I hit the line twice. There we go. I've hit the line 2 times. So I have my first arc because now it's this point and this point I want to use to draw my perpendicular bisector. And actually, it's not even a bisector, but it needs to be perpendicular to M and go through F. So now I have the 2 points to make that happen. So I'm just going to expand this out a little bit more. You don't have to. Remember how this works. We do the pointy guy on each end. So I'm going to do a mark above and a mark below. And then I do it again. Don't let it slide. We keep this the same, right? We do it again with our pointy guy on the other side, a mark above and a mark below. Sorry, you can't see my below mark very well. And there we are. And now if I connect these and use my straight edge, should go right through F. And again, don't erase. This isn't perfect, but that's okay. Show your work. Don't erase your marks. Keep your marks. This is how you guys are showing me your work, is the marks on your paper, these marks right here. So don't erase these marks. You want them there. And it goes through F. It's perpendicular to DE. Good job. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next problem, problem number 2. We're asked to construct a perpendicular bisector for the line segment using construction tools. We're also asked to label the midpoint as M. No problem. This one's even easier. So for this one, I'm actually going to use the endpoints that they gave me. So I'm going to put my pointy guy here. Remember, you need to make your compass wider than halfway, okay? I'm not real fussy about how big, but it's got to be bigger than halfway. So I'm going to do a swipe. And I'm not going to let it slide. Don't let the compass slide. Keep it the same. And then I'll put my pointy guy on D and I'll do another swipe on the other side. And look at that. I have a point here where they connect. I have a point here where they connect. And now I can use my straight edge. Go right through. It does say to label my midpoint M. Oh, this is the midpoint. There it is, right there. And we'll call that M. So you made a perpendicular bisector. Again, don't erase your lines. You went to all the trouble to show your work. This is you showing your work. Don't erase the lines. Keep them there. That's how I know you showed your work. Awesome. Let's go ahead and turn over to number 3. We're asked to construct a line segment 3 times as long as the given line segment. That's important. I'm going to underline that. 3 times as long. All right. Do you remember how to do this? We're going to make a starter line. And I'm going to make my starter line way too long on purpose. Like, I'm totally going to make it way too long on purpose. I'm just going to be like, whoa. All right, making it way too long. And we can put little arrows on it. So let's see. I'm going to say that this is A prime. Okay. And now I'm going to use my compass as a measuring tool. I'll put my pointy guy on A. Then I'm going to adjust my compass such that the tip hits B. Whoa. again just to make sure. Yep, there we go. It hits right at B. Awesome. And then I don't want to let this slide. I'm going to go ahead and put my pointy part on A prime and make a little mark. But I don't need one of these. I need 3 of these. So I'm going to do it again. Here, I'm going to make a little mark here. I'm going to call this B prime. Pointy guy on B prime. Now I've done it twice, which is great, except I need to do this 3 times. So I'm going to do it one more time. We'll call that point C. And one more time. There it is. We'll call that point D. So segment A prime D is 3 times as long as AB. And again, I'm not going to erase anything. This is me showing my work. I did it 1, 2, 3 times all the way across. And I can now see that this segment is 3 times as long as this segment up here. Hooray! Last but not least, we're going to construct the angle bisector of the angle. All right. Now, in order to do this, I don't really care how wide or small that your compass is, but we do want to make sure that when we swing it out, sorry, I'm going to put a better point here. I find that's easier for me on Y. When we swing it out, we need to make sure we hit both sides. So I'm going to do my arc. Woo, having trouble. Try not to let it slide. There we go. I just need to make sure. I don't know, you didn't see that too well, but I need to make sure my arc hits both sides. It's a two-handed job. All right, so now I have a point here, and I have a point here. Now, I'm going to take this. I do need to get more than halfway, so I'm going to make it a little wider. I'm going to do my point on one side over here, and then I'm just going to make a mark somewhere out in the middle. And then don't let it slide, don't let it slide, don't let your compass slide. I'm going to put my pointy guy on the other side of the original angle. See, it's over here. And then I'm going to lay it flat, and I'm going to make another mark somewhere out there in the middle such that they cross. Keep sliding down, sorry about that. And X marks the spot. Pew. So if I go from my vertex through here, that should bisect my angle. It should cut it into 2 congruent angles. So again, here, let me do this. That'll make it easier. I'm going to use my straight edge, and I'm just going to go from Y to my point out here. Boom. You just bisected the angle. You just cut it in half. I now have 2 congruent angles. I cut my angle into 2 congruent angles. Awesome. Well done, guys. So again, if you know how to do these, you're going to be totally fine for this test. So I hope you practice with this a little bit more. And of course, if you have questions or concerns, come talk to me. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.